feel like a god, because you are creating a microcosmos, you're creating characters, and they are behaving and acting like you want them to act. And that's a fascinating moment when your ideas and when your thoughts you are able to put on the paper first, and then you can see them as a characters on the screen. This is really, really great moment when everything gets alive. First movie, as I remember, was Charlie Chaplin's short movies. And my aunt, who was crazy about movie, and I'm so thankful for her, she took me, and for hours we were sitting and changing cinemas and watching only Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton. And I suddenly understood that this is something which I want to do in my life. In 1993 I made the first movie in Georgia, Am Rande in Deutsch. It won Silver Leopard in Locarno, so I got recognized. And it was first time I've met producer Peter Roman. And we sort of started to think what we can do together. Then I've met my dear friend Benedict Neuenfels, and at the end of the same year of 1999, we started production of the movie Lost Killers. So it was really luckiest period in my time. The film got many prizes, and so that gave me a chance to get noticed from the German productions, and I've got an offer to make a movie, Schussangst. The film was based on the novel from Dirk Kurbjuweit, great guy, and so we met each other, and he gave me this opportunity to make a movie from his novel. We had a lot of fun because, as you can imagine, novel is novel, it's literature, and for the film you have to find some direction because the novel was much bigger. But I think we wrote very nice script, and my wife just told me maybe it's better to move to Germany and stay there. So we moved to Germany 2002 and settled in Berlin. Roxy is the last movie which I've made, and David Strizo played the main character, Thomas Brenner, and he's incredible actor and incredible easy guy. He can play everything. He's funny and he's intelligent. Yeah, it was pleasure working with him. I love that movie. I mean, it's my last movie, so I might be absolutely subjective. Sometimes we went to really hard situations because of COVID, but in every production there's moments when things going not as it was planned. We tried our best, and I learned to be calm in the situation and to take problem not as a problem, but as a challenge for something else, which sometimes works even better. The most difficult to realize was a scene at this railway station.
Weil wir hier an einem laufenden Bahnhof drehen und einen Zug haben, der nur für eine halbe Minute hält.
Es hat keinen Wert, I have to change lens to be even closer than, and all the background that I see through the windows is a completely different background.
One last try of the train in 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's a part of the game, and you should be ready to react in a proper way. And I think we found a way completely different from what we had before. But I think we somehow more or less managed in this really hard period when you have lots of people with masks and you cannot do anything.
I think we
No, we've done it.
For me, script is sort of planned, and sometimes you can get very different idea. In general, I love to improvise and to play with the script, with everything, with story, with actors. So because sometimes actors are giving you that inspiration.
Let's shoot together.
Oh, by the way, you gave me good idea. Good. The funniest experience while I was making movies was the fact that I decided to play an old woman in my own movie Lost Killers, because nobody wanted to play an old woman, almost dying, and I was making joke that if nobody wants to play this part, I will play. So there was a silence around the table, and finally the producer and DOP found my idea very, very interesting. And I played this part, and we were laughing a lot while doing that scenes. Most personal movie which I've done, it's a short movie, Guests. It's a pure improvisation, and that movie for me like most honest and probably most painful movie for me. And that's why probably I love this movie most of all. There are several movies which are very, very important for me. And mainly older movies from big European masters like Fellini, Antonioni, Kurosawa, I mean from Japan, Ingmar Bergman, Robert Bresson, and of course there was John Cassavetes. There were several independent American movies like Peter Bogdanovich's Last Picture Show. It's quite difficult to point out one, but at this moment, Mr. Stanley Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut. I don't think that I have moments which I don't like in the procedure of movie making. Probably the most difficult is waiting for financing, and when producers are working hardly to find money for the movie, of course, there are always moments when you think, yes, all work which done before is gone, but then miracles are happening and everything comes to the track again. For example, Shusangst. It was already challenging because usually I'm writing scripts, and this was adaptation of the novel and I was working with an author. So luckily we've done it. And the second movie, Shindisi, that's a film about Russian-Georgian war in 2008. So this film was challenging for me because I never had this experience to direct the battle scene. So that was extremely interesting. I worked with great actors, starting from Christoph Waltz, Meram Ninidze, Burkhard Klausner, Ewan Bremner, and so on. Nadezhda Brannigan, Lavinia Wilson, Fabian Henrichs, I mean, Michel Matichevich, many of them. I admire their work. So what I wanted to tell in general, I love actors, and I think it's from both sides, because I'm giving them quite freedom, and most of them like to improvise. And I was lucky to have these actors as bigger and greater they are, as easy as they are, which might sound strange, but it's true. They know that they are big, and so they are easygoing, and that's for me most important. Yeah, I'm proud that I was able to make several movies quite different from each other, and in every of these movies there is some part of me, sometimes bigger, sometimes smaller. So that's it. Thank you so much.